All right, let's do our updates first. And we'll start with the syllabus as usual to see where we are. We've only got once we're done with this week, we've got November and 1 week into December. And in November, we got Thanksgiving. We don't have class on Thanksgiving for this class. So if we're looking at the dates, we have dun, all right, so we're at 10:30 and I deleted the um, discussion board because you should all be working on the suicide assessment. Um, so last week you handed in your psychological first aid. I will do my best to be grading them this week and next week. Believe it or not, when we have almost 30 people in a class, even with partners, that's 15 partners. And if you've got a 15-minute to somewhere 40 minutes video and a 3-page paper to read, it takes between 30 and 45 minutes for each grade. And you've got 15 of those. So it took like 12 to 13 hours to grade this one assignment. And that's if I watch the whole video, which I do. I try to, you know. A lot of them were just 15 minutes, so hey, bonus. Um, but yeah, it takes a long time if I'm actually going to do it correctly. But all of the grades are in for your first assignment, ACEs, and that was due on the 9th. And so let's see. Yeah, now I'll be working on psychological first aid. And next week, the suicide assessment role plays are due. I think that's your last big assignment other than your final paper. So yeah, that was most of the heavy lifting for the course, these three assignments. Um, and I'm not going to go over the paper yet. I want you to complete the suicide assessment assignment, and then I'll talk about the paper, and you'll have a few weeks to do that. So if you've got a lot of assignments and papers to write at the end of the course, you'll be able to get that done early. So it's not mixed in with all your other classes. Um, I also turned in midterm grades. Everybody did well. Um, after next week, there's a couple discussion boards. But that's, you know what that's like. That should only take a few minutes. And we don't have any class for Thanksgiving break. And yeah, we'll have the final. If you're able, um, so if you're able to be present either on Zoom or on in person, I'd really like you to just share your paper a little bit. Nothing like professional, not a professional presentation. Just share what you wrote about with the class because you get to pick your favorite topic, something you're interested in. Maybe you found out something neat that you could share with the class. So very informal. On the last class, you can kind of share what you're doing for your paper informally, a couple minutes with the class. Um, one of the things uh, that I'm kind of missing about this class is the students just talking with each other. When everybody's in person, which I'm kind of used to, um, everybody just talks with each other. We do presentations, we share what we're doing. So tonight, I do want to share a few examples of that ACEs assignment. Um, and I think that's I would rather have everybody share what they did, but it's such a large class and it's online and people are asynchronous, it's impossible to do. But I think it's good if we share a few examples. Um, and then let's look at D2L for tonight. And so there's like a 30 to 40-minute lecture on expressive arts. And I'm sure those of you who are in art therapy might know a lot already about this, but and then I have let's see, looks like okay, this is a little PowerPoint presentation I did for expressive arts therapy and play therapy. And a list of activities for expressive arts. There's a paper on occupational therapy and mental health. There are instructions to make therapeutic puppets, a video of me giving instructions. There's a puppet exercise where people actually use the puppets they made. And there's 4 types of mandalas that people can use for mindfulness. So like I said, a lot of these things I'm guessing art therapy students probably are familiar with. But I'm guessing most of the clinical mental health students are not. So, you might find something new there. Um, and I do want to say that uh, at the hospital, I use the white paper bags. I've moved on from the brown paper bags. Now you can get white paper bags. But hey, if you're going with the big bucks in private therapy, you can use socks, go all out with that insurance money. Um, so let's see. Um, yeah, you can use socks and all types of fiber and felt, socks and felt. Yeah. Um, so let's see what else. Yeah. So just um finish your assignments for the suicide and I'll be working on psychological first aid. Um, I do want to say that that remember, this is mastery learning, okay? So everybody's going to be successful. If you did not get a grade for the ACEs project, I still gave you feedback on it. And that feedback either tells you exactly what to add to the paper or exactly what to add to the video. I think everybody's video was okay. So I think it was just adding to the paper, or I couldn't access the video because you may have had it set on private, and it's got to be set on unlisted or public. I can't view it if you have it set on private. So you have to change that setting to either unlisted or public. It may change the link, so you have to re-upload the link if it's changed so I can watch your video. I think there were 2 people who have to upload the video. You also have to upload both the paper and the video. Even if you're with a partner and some said, oh, my partner uploaded that. No, you both have to upload it, even though it's the same thing. And that's because, if I'm being evaluated and they look at the class grades and somebody didn't upload it, even though they have a partner, they would question that. Um, so, and you have to have something uploaded or it won't let me give you a grade. So yeah, so upload, and it's easiest if you just put the link in the paper. That's the easiest way to do it. Put it in the Word document. All right, so any questions about where we are in the semester or about anything so far. Lectures that you've watched that were recorded, projects. How can I help you before we move on? All right.